Hi, hello guys, this is Vijay, chemist lecturer from Alibaug Junior College. And as you know that we have started our NEET series. Based on that we are discussing about NEET chemistry and NEET biology. And in that category today we are going to discuss about NEET chemistry unit 2 atomic structure in detail. Let's start. Now let us talk about what are the information we are gaining from this azimuthal quantum number. First thing, this quantum number could give the number of subcells present in the principal cell. The value of L which is depending upon the value of the N. Okay. How many subcells are present in the definite cell? That could be given by, that knowledge could be given by this azimuthal quantum number. For example, N is equal to 1. Say for example, N value, principal quantum number value, that is N is equal to 1. Then L has only one value, only one subcell, that is called 0. So N value that is equal to 1, no, then L value that is equal to 0. Okay, it has only one subcell. If we are talking about N is equal to, I mean L cell, KLMN, then how many values are there for L? Values of L are, L is equal to 0 and 1. Two subcells are there. Two subcells are there. When talking about N value that is equal to 3, no, then L is equal to 0, 1, 2. So 3 subcells are present in L. So it goes on. Let us talk about these subcells which is present in this azimuthal quantum number. The value for L, that L that could be starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us go like that, 4, 5. Then talking about these subcells, where the designation of the subcell. The designation of the subcell are 0 stands for S, this stands for P, S, P, D, F, G and H. Okay. These are called the designations of the subcell of azimuthal quantum number. Means N value is 1, that is 0. N value is 2, starts from 0 again, 0 and 1. N value is 3, starts from 0 again, 0, 1, 2. So total here in the N is equal to 3, there we have 3 subcells are there. Whereas in N is equal to 2, 2 subcells are there. N is equal to 1, that is 1 subcell are there. And 0 that is representing for S orbital. Okay. And 1 that is representing for P orbital. 2 that is representing for D orbital. So like that it goes on. So now let us write the N value and L value of each cells. Okay. N value that is nothing but principal quantum number, and L value that is nothing but azimuthal quantum number, and subcell designation, okay, and number of subcells present in the cell. Number of subcells. Say for example, N value that is 1, L value that starts from 0. So 1 is equal to 0 here. Number of subcells, 0 stands for S, designation is S. Number of subcells present in N, that is 1. Only one subcell is present. Talking about N value is 2, it starts from 0 and 1. Okay. So here talking about the subcells designation, S cell and P cell. S stands for 0 and P stands for number 1. So this is what first cell, that is the reason we are writing 1s. This is what second cell, we are writing 2s and 2p. Okay. Okay. Now let us talk about this table. This table could explain about this azimuthal quantum number in detail. Okay. Azimuthal. So this table could explain about this azimuthal quantum number in detail. Actually this azimuthal quantum number describing about the different subcellular level present in the atomic structure. Okay. Say for example, now let us talk about this, the connective link between this azimuthal quantum number and the principal quantum number, that is small n. Small n, that stands for that principal quantum number, and the small letter L, that stands for this azimuthal quantum number. Now, these how many subcells are present in each level, that let us discuss in detail, and let us discuss about the subcell designation as well. Okay, designation, and this is what number of subcells present. Number of subcells present. Let us see in the each level. Let us see in the each level how many subcells are present one by one. Okay, so talking about the n value, that is 1, that is nothing but what? The principal quantum number. So n value, that is 1 is equal to the L value, that is always 0. Okay, so 1, that is always equal to 0. Okay, next, subcell designation. For 0 we are using the subcell. No, this we should remember always: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the designation for the subcells are: 0 is said to be S, and 1 is said to be P orbital. Okay, and 2, that is said to be D, and 3, that is said to be F, and 4, that is said to be G, and 5, that is said to be H. So these are the different subshell designation. Okay, so 0, the value for the designation of 0, that is S orbital, that is nothing but how many subcells are present here? 1s, and the principal quantum number, that is 1. That is the reason we are writing 1s. 1s, number of subcells are present 1. Talking about the second principal quantum number, the n value, that is 2. L value starts from 0, 0 and 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, like it starts. Always the L value that starts from 0. Okay. Now subcell designation. Let us talk about the subcell designation here. 0, that is nothing but S. Okay, 1S, and 1 stands for P, and 0, that stands for S, and here the principal quantum number, that is number 2. That is the reason we are writing 2s, not 1s. Okay. Similarly, 1 stands for P, that is nothing but 2p. So number of subcells present in this category are: number of subcells are present 1 and 2. 2 subcells are present. Understand? So like that we can explain in detail about number of subcells present and subcell designation as comparing to this n and L value. Now talking about number 3, n value, that is number 3, and L value always starts from 1, 2, always starts from 0. Okay, 0, 1 and 2. Here talking about third cell. So third cell always starts with 0. So that is 3s. 0 value designation is S. So third cell, that is the reason we are writing 3s, comma 1 stands for P designation, and this value is principal quantum number is 3. That is the reason we are writing 3p, and 2 stands for D. That is the reason we are writing 3D. So number of subcells, let us see: 1, 2, 3. So 3 subcells are present. This is what number of subcells. Talking about the fourth subcell, talking about the fourth principal quantum number. The fourth principal quantum, that is n value, that is equal to 4, and L value, as you know, that we have start from 0, 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 subcells. Talking about this subcell designation, 0, that is S. 0 designation is S, and the principal quantum number is 4. That is the reason we are writing 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. 4s, 1 stands for 4p, 2 stands for 4d, 3 stands for 4f. Number of subcells 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 subcells are present. So in this way we can connect the link between the principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number. Okay. Now the energy level. Okay, the energy level starts from this 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. Always this is greater than each other. See, For example, 4p is greater than 4s, 4d is greater than 4p, 4f is greater than 4d. So by this way we can explain this azimuthal quantum number. Azimuthal quantum number, it is not only explaining about the subcell designation or the subcellular level, but also it is explaining about angular momentum of the electron. So there is a formula we are using to find the angular momentum of electron, that is angular momentum that is equal to h pi 2 pi into L, small l into L plus 1. Okay, small l into L plus 1, square root of L into L plus 1. So this is the formula we are using to find the angular momentum. Say for example, to find the angular momentum of the electron, angular momentum is equal to h by 2 pi square root of L into L plus 1. So this formula we are using to find. So this is about azimuthal quantum number. So number 3, we are going to discuss about now magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. What is this magnetic quantum number? Let us talk about this. So this particular number, you see the magnetic quantum number, this could describe the behavior of the electron in the magnetic field. We know already that the movement of the electrical charge is always associated with the magnetic field. So revolving of the electron which possesses angular momentum, it will give rise to the very small magnetic field as well. That could be interact with the external magnetic field. Okay. Now under this influence of this external field of the magnetic field, the electron which is given subcell orientation themselves in certain preferred regions space around the nucleus, and this particular space around the nucleus is called orbital. Okay, so orbital could be formed by the movement of the electron around the space, around the space present in the nucleus. Okay, around the space present outside of the nucleus. Okay, so this value for this this magnetic quantum number, usually this magnetic quantum number we are denoting with the letter small m and small l. This is a symbol we are using for denoting the the magnetic quantum number. Okay, now talking about this value for this ml value, that depends upon the value of L. It is depending on the value of L. So L is nothing but azimuthal quantum number. Based on the azimuthal quantum number, it may be vary. For example, this could be given like it starts from minus L, comma 0 and plus L. That is nothing but it could be start from the minus, it could be start from the negative value to the 0 value, then the positive value, that could be continuous. Say for example, if the L value that is equal to 0, okay, if the L value that is equal to 0, then M has only one value, that is what ML is equal to 0. Okay, now magnetic quantum number. So how it is going to be vary based on the orbital? Talking about s orbital. Okay, talking about the s orbital have only one subcell, that is nothing but the L value. Say for example, L value is equal to 1. Okay, then talking about this ML value, ML value that is equal to minus 1, 0 plus 1. So this is the value for given this L is equal to 1 and the ML value for this magnetic quantum number. And talking about this p orbital, I mean p subcell. This p subcell, that contains 3 orbitals are called p orbitals, and these are indicated by a numerical subscripts. Yes, this could be indicated in the form of the numerical subscripts. Say for example, the p orbital could be written by this way: p plus 1, comma p0 and p minus 1, or p minus 1, 0, p plus 1. That way we can give the value for this p subcell or the p orbitals. Okay, In that case, you see, if suppose L value that is equal to 2, number 2, that may be written in the form of, you know, the ML value for this L is equal to 2. The ML value could be written in the form of -2, -1, 0, +1 and +2. In that manner we can write. Similarly, talking about D subcell or D orbital. You know, D subcell which contain 5 orbitals, and these 5 orbitals could be expressed in the form of, you know, L value that is equal to 3. If we are going to consider, then ML value is equal to, we must write what? 5 orbitals. No, D subcells contain 5 orbitals. That means that could be explained like -3, -2, -1, 0, +1, +2 and +3. In that way we can express it. So subcells and number of orbitals could be explained by this small chart, you know, subcells. Let us talk about the subcells. Subcells, s orbital, p orbital, s, p, d, f, you know, g, h. So s, p, d, f, g and h, these all are what? Subcells. Talking about the number of orbitals present in each level. Number of orbitals present in this is what? Number of orbitals. Number of orbitals present in subcell S. S is equal to 1 and P that is equal to 3. Yes, we did it now. And talking about this D, that is what? 5, and F stands for 7 and G stands for 9. So based on that we can write the subcells and number of orbitals present in each subcell. So far, you know guys, we have discussed a few topics from this unit 2 atomic structure in detail, and this particular chapter we will continue with one more video. Until then, thank you guys.